So I see a lot of people giving away their services or their products for free without anything in return or any discussion of anything in return. Now, this is a little different from the helpful marketing concept that I've been talking about, where you give some sort of knowledge away for free without any expectation at all. But what I think a lot of people are doing is maybe undervaluing products that they should be valuing. So figuring that out is really important. So figure out what a premium product would be and actually figure out how you can charge for that. So free work should have an end goal in mind, right? You should be thinking in the back of your mind that if you're going to give away your work for free, that something happens at the end. Some sort of mechanism is in place so that you can get a return on your efforts. Now, you're not looking for this return. You're not seeking this return. But by natural osmosis, you should have the mechanism built so that you get a return. So what do I mean by this? Well, say you decide you're going to offer some services for free. Maybe it's writing services. Well, I don't know if I would give away everything that you have per se. Like, I'm going to write an entire novel for you as a ghostwriter, something like that. That essentially eliminates any ability to make any money off of this, because you didn't discuss or you didn't sort of chunk out the kind of work that you were doing. You see, if you want to do free work, you might say, I'll do the first chapter for free. If you like it, awesome. Let's continue and let's figure something out. And if you don't, then we'll part our separate ways, and that's okay. So that's maybe a more interesting strategy. Or, okay, I'll do all these services for free, and I don't know, maybe if it works for you and it does something, it generates some sort of business for you, you pay me a revenue share or you give me some sort of percentage. So thinking about that mechanism might be a little bit better. Okay. Now, this is beyond the typical concept of today's marketing, where a lot of people are just expecting something at the beginning. What you should be doing is actually giving away a ton of free, valuable content that takes some time to create, and then that leads into your ability to talk about services. See, that's another way to give away free work, is creating those videos and podcasts and images and whatnot that I mentioned before. Continuing to do that, that's helpful marketing. And then having some sort of mechanism in place where if somebody was interested, they can do something to help you out, right? Whether it's donations or whatnot, or the revenue share. I mean, thinking about these ideas is important, because what I'm seeing is a lot of interns, people that are coming out of university, college, even high school grads, they're just deciding, I'm going to be an intern, I'm going to work for free, and in exchange, I'm going to get experience on my resume. Figure out if that is enough. Is experience on your resume enough? Because you can go and get paid experience, and that's going to look good. An intern role might not look so good on a resume. It doesn't really hold water down the road. But say you are a project leader. See, that sounds better than maybe an intern. Well, a project leader, I mean, that's the kind of work that people want to see on a resume. And what you could do is, instead of saying, okay, I'll be a free intern, why not suggest that you will do your most important project work for the company for free, and then if it works out in the end, you make some sort of project amount. Like, you negotiate, you discuss, because this is a different thing than helpful marketing. This is different because you are really putting in work that's beneficial for someone. It has value, significant value, and you're exchanging a lot of time for this. And this is exchange of time. This isn't living on forever, right? Being an intern means you are exchanging time for ideally some sort of resource. Whereas when you're creating content that's valuable, you're exchanging time for creating something that lives forever, for as long as you want. So that's the difference. See, that's why doing that makes sense for free. But working for someone, there should be some sort of end transaction, right? That's just the world that we live in, and that's really what we should be thinking about here. Not, I'm going to be a free intern, and then at the end of the day, we're going to part our separate ways, and that's it. I think an intelligent approach would be to figure out your negotiation skills, figure out what you can give, and then figure out what you can make in return. When it comes to giving away free content, that free content should lead to something. This is why you give away the free content, because you have that end goal in mind. And if the content's so valuable, someone will reach out to you. But giving away your free services, well, you could hope that someone will pay you, but you might get the case where people don't pay you what you were expecting. For instance, maybe you do some legal services and you work 40, 50 hours on a case and no one sees that. And they think that what you do is easy. So they might not pay you very much. So this is where setting up some sort of discussion around fees would make sense, instead of just giving all that away for free, expecting someone will pay you what you want. This is where all that free content should help you get the amount that you want, right? Because someone will reach out because of your free content and they will say, how much can I pay you? That's what you want. So you need to figure out at what point you stop doing the free work. Otherwise, you will get taken advantage of. That's something to think about. I think that's all I'm going to do. Keep creating the things that you want to create, though, and then figure out at what point value is significant to the point where you should say, hey, this is something you can pay for. You don't have to. You can keep consuming the free stuff. But this is the thing that I have to charge money for. Most people will be happy to pay it, especially if you've done all the free content. So that's something to think through. Okay, I'll wrap this up. Until next time, toodles.